What's going on, y'all? Dana Poe Jr., Master Executive 8. And as you can see from the title, sorry about that. What's going on, y'all? This is Dana Poe Jr., Master Executive 8. And as you can see from the title of this video, we're going to be talking about how, when, and why you should cut people off, right? So we're going to get into it. I'm going to smudge real quick. As the smoke gently drifts through the air, so do our worries and cares evaporate back in the source. I ask the sacred smoke to help me release all that is stagnant and stuck. Cleanse the space and raise the vibration of all that it touches. So shall it be. Little Palo Santo. Alright. So if there are people in your life that make you think twice about how much you're worth, if it may make you bring your standards down, or they just plain just make you feel bad, you know what I mean? Cut their asses off. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who it is. As difficult as it may be to cut off a close friend you may have known for years, or a family member, for your own peace of mind, this must be done, right? So there's something interesting that happens once a person reveals themselves as not being for your highest good, is you actually begin to miss them. You know what I mean? While you're still connected, because who they were at one point in time, they're not now. So you actually miss them. You know what I mean? You miss who you thought they were, and interactions that you used to have. However, once the truth comes out about how they feel about you, like, you can't undo that. You know what I'm saying? So your instincts will let you know through a feeling that's outside and sometimes inside of your senses. So trust your instincts when you realize that someone isn't for you. You know what I mean? You know who needs to be cut out. You know what I'm saying? No one really needs to tell you, like, you really don't need this video. You know what I mean? This is just reminding you of your own gut feeling that you already have. So when you're in a toxic relationship, you know the relationship is bad for you. You don't need somebody to tell you. If you ever feel like you need to lower yourself to be with someone, or they're abusive, or they're manipulating, or they're deceiving, or they devalue you in any way, they gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Or at the very least, you should be considering this. Like, because I don't really know your situation. You know what I'm saying? So you use your gut and your instinct to make that judgment for yourself. But we're creatures of habit. So, um, and patterns. So if you notice like toxic patterns and habits that those toxic patterns and habits are your scissors. They're the reasons for you to cut them. Or your, as you can see from the picture I have, yeah, I mean, I got saws up there. Yeah, I mean, like, this cut off season. You know what I'm saying? I got saws up there. We ain't using scissors no more, man. We got rotary saws. We got chainsaws, band saws. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to gauging whether you should cut someone off, uh, use their patterns as that deciding factor. Don't pay attention to their words, and don't pay attention to no single action. You know what I'm saying? A single action means nothing. You know what I'm saying? But a pattern, that shows you everything. So if you want to know something about a person, just look at their patterns. You know what I mean? Any and everyone can show you something, can do something thoughtful for you one time. You know what I'm saying? They can say, I'm sorry. They can send a gift. They can tell you they love you. But all of these things should be followed by patterns of action to back it up. So if you can remain detached from your emotions involved with dealing with someone, you can see their actions clearly in the truth of their patterns. So one of the best ways and times to cut someone off is the minute you recognize a pattern that shows you that this person isn't concerned about your best interest. I mean, don't even get yourself involved with them. You know what I'm saying? If for whatever reason you have to be around these people in some mutual environment like work or school, or if they're a family member and y'all just, you know what I'm saying, y'all gonna be at the same family functions or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then you can cut them off emotionally and energetically. You know what I'm saying? You set up your boundaries to the point to where they no longer have access to your emotions or your energy. You know what I'm saying? Those benefits that they once had from any type of access that they had to you, is you take those away. They no longer have the ability to drain you. They no longer have the ability to speak anything into your life. Um, and so we've talked about why. I mean, those are all the reasons why. And sometimes this can be like a clear cut, easy decision, and then other times not so much. So, like I said, use your gut to guide you. This is just kind of like a template. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's situation is different. So, how to cut them off, right? So, if you love yourself and you respect yourself, you won't have to debate with yourself as to whether you should cut someone off or not. I mean, just the thought of you thinking like, dang, should I cut them off? That is most likely enough to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's a good indicator of the decision to make it. Like, you're debating amongst yourself is a sign. That's pretty much usually your mind debating with your gut. Your gut is telling you something that your mind may not have been able to process like rationally. Like, your gut is not based on rationality. It's based on, it's just a knowing. You know what I'm saying? It's just a knowing, like, and all of us have had those feelings where we had those gut feelings, and then when later on we saw that, man, you know what, man, I knew I should have just trusted my gut. You know what I'm saying? Your mind, your logic may have been telling you one thing, but your gut, that inner knowing was telling you something else. So act on your gut instinct. Debating about it is um like, just respect yourself, you know what I'm saying? Show yourself love, you know what I'm saying? And you do that by taking the action of cutting them off. You know what I'm saying? So, like, have you ever tried oh shoot, it's my sister's birthday today. So have you ever tried explaining yourself to someone that was toxic? Like, do you remember how that conversation went? Like, how did it work out for you? Like, it probably didn't go so well. As a matter of fact, it was almost like as you were talking, like they weren't even able to hear you. Like, they wasn't even listening. Like, it was just going in one ear and out the other. Yeah, I mean, they did not care what you had to say. In fact, you giving them your energy in the form of telling them how much they hurt you, or how upset what they're doing is hurting you, or what they're saying about you bothers them, that just gives them fuel. You know what I'm saying? Some people get off on your pain. You know what I mean? So, like, stop feeding them. Take your energy back and keep it. You know what I mean? Let them starve. You know what I'm saying? From that access that they had towards you. I'm saying, so the ones you're considering cutting off are never going to see your point of view. You know what I mean? It's a reason that you're cutting them off. There shows you some, whether it was narcissistic tendencies, insecurity, or that victimhood that they were projecting onto you, that they're at the point where you have to protect your energy. So do it. So when you continue to stay in contact, whether emotionally or physically, with someone you are considering cutting off, then you are continuing to lower your value and lower the respect that you have for yourself. You keep putting up with them and giving them chances like something's going to change. So when you keep this contact, you're telling them that you don't value yourself. You know what I'm saying? And they'll continue to attempt to get you to lower your value. So don't be the emotional crutch for toxic people to lean on. You know what I'm saying? We are also products of our environment. So you'll start to pick up on these toxic habits yourself if you are around these people too much. So keep in mind that cutting people off is a strength and your resolve and ability to respect yourself. Like, I noticed that when I'm around people who gossip a lot, I start to tend to get to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even a conscious thing. You just notice you start doing it. You be like, hold on, what am I doing? You know what I mean? So you gotta stop yourself. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if you have to be around, then you gotta cut yourself off energetically. If you can remove yourself physically, then do that too. So in the past, this was difficult for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to be included. You know what I'm saying? I wanted the people to like me. You know what I'm saying? I wanted friends. I wanted certain people close to me to love me the way that I did them. You know what I'm saying? And had I done this cutting off sooner, I would have been a lot better. Um, but the only way you can make room for new people to come in is by doing this. You got to take out the trash. You know what I'm saying? So at first, if this is something that you haven't done, you're going to feel guilty about it. You know what I mean? Especially if there are people that's really close to you. So, you know what I'm saying? So remember, though, that this is like a muscle, and that, like a muscle that gets exercised, the more you use it, the easier it'll get. So you'll start to find peace when you start doing this process of trimming the fat. You know what I mean? Your dignity is worth it, and it's up to you to restore it. You know what I'm saying? Don't sacrifice that to be someone's punching bag so you can feel included. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when we feel like we're being abandoned or not included, we throw our strength and assertiveness out of the window. You know what I mean? We become reactive to disrespect, and it's often coming from a place of trauma that we haven't dealt with. You know what I'm saying? Maybe possibly being feeling like you were abandoned as a child. You know what I'm saying? So most of the time we react by acting out of in an emotional way. So this is why it's important to physically remove yourself from toxic people. So when you physically remove yourself, you can emotionally remove yourself and heal. And this applies to friendships, relationships, family, friends, whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like the physical removal is so important because a lot of us will try to stay there and fix people. You know what I mean? We'll try to fix people. You know what I mean? Like you're not a people fixer. You know what I mean? You let people be who they are. You know what I mean? And you choose to deal with them or not. You know what I mean? So this and that's important to know because a lot of times we think that because people are our close friends, we know them for years, or they're family members, that they're still not people. You know what I mean? Like a person is who it is, whether they're in your family or not, whether they're your friend that you've known for 10, 20 years or not. You know what I mean? So this will get easier the more you do it. You know what I mean? You'll start to care less and less about what people think about your decisions. And you don't need closure. The patterns that you were shown were closure enough. You know what I'm saying? This is the only way to really cut someone off is you have to move away from their presence physically and emotionally and ignore them. So sometimes walking away is the easy part, but staying away may be the hard part. So here's an exercise, right? Whenever you miss them or you think about them, just go back and remember the patterns that they showed you. Remember how they made you feel. You know what I'm saying? Remember the stuff that they did. That's going to bring you back to your senses. And then what you want to do is you don't want to just stay in that place because then you'll just be sitting there just being angry all the time. Use that anger to fuel you away from the situation, away from those all of that, and use that to propel you towards what you want. You know what I mean? So, like I said, stop trying to fix people. They don't want to be fixed. They don't want to be saved. You know what I'm saying? Additionally, you are not necessarily the one that is the only one that's getting this treatment. You know what I mean? They don't care about you um, telling them about themselves. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about any material that you have to send them to help them heal. They only care about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So you can only help people that want to be helped. So unless you're some sort of healer, doctor, psychologist, or whatever, and that person's coming to you to be healed, like then that's what I mean. You're that's not your job. You know what I mean? This next one is huge, right? Don't go around gossiping about this person to other people. You know what I mean? Like don't go around telling other people like, oh this person did this person did that, this blah 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 blah, like trying to in a way to where you're showing yourself that you're right. You know what I'm saying? Silence is your best weapon here. I mean, don't give them any energy at all. I mean, now sharing lessons about your dealings with people, that's one thing. I'm saying you're sharing a lesson that you learned so someone else doesn't make the mistake that you did. That's different. You know what I mean? That's wisdom. You know what I'm saying? From going through experience. But like trying to just be right, you know what I'm saying, for the sake of being right, is you're still giving them your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Whether they know it or not, you're still giving them energy and emotions. And this ties into a previous point I made, but like I said, again, don't offer them advice. I mean, when you do this, you're letting them know that you still care. And then you're also in the mindset of thinking that this person still actually wants to hear what you have to say. Like, stop. They don't care. They never did care, and they never will care. You don't need closure. The only closure you need is the closure on that door on your way out. You know what I mean? Closure signifies that you still want something from them, whether it's an emotion and maybe an admission to guilt or something or whatever it is you're looking for. You're still showing that you care. You really have to not care, and you can do that by not caring about closure. You know what I mean? Who cares about closure? Like their closure was the patterns that showed you. They showed you that was enough. You know what I mean, the cycle that you need to go through until the F's that you give are gone is when you worry about how they uh like did you know what I'm saying, like when you're thinking things like, oh man, how could they do this, how could they do that, just remind yourself that they did do it. Like you're saying, how could they? But yeah, but they did do that. They didn't care when they did it either. They did it. You know what I'm saying? So and remind yourself that cutting them off was the right decision, and then remind yourself not to feel guilty about the decisions that you made to cut them off, and that guilt will start to slowly be replaced with peace. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't say this process would be easy, because especially if you were in a relationship with somebody, you know what I mean? Like it's not going to be easy because you had your emotions all tied up in that. So it may actually take time, but you definitely have to physically uh, remove yourself. You know what I mean? It just may be a family member. You know what I mean? Who shoot, it might be one of your parents. You know what I mean? You have to physically and emotionally remove yourself. You know what I mean? This is why I posted chainsaws instead of scissors. Because if you got a strong tie to somebody like that, it's gonna take more than some dang scissors. You know what I mean? Like you're going to need to protect yourself, protect your energy, um, and cut them off, man. I don't care who it is. If they're not for you, they're not for you. If they with you, then they with you. I mean, so like I said, it might not be easy depending on who it is. It might take some time. You know what I'm saying? But remember, that they no longer have access to you, and that who they were in the beginning is not the pattern that they shown you now. Like so, you go off of the pattern that they showed you, and you're definitely not that person that they knew before. You know what I mean? This will let them know that all that stuff that they was doing before, this ain't that. You know what I mean? So that's it. I'll talk to y'all later.